Hi everyone, my name is Raphael and this is Triumph Across America. At least that's what I'm calling the project. So I believe that there is a very large amount of our population that is completely underrepresented. And every year, anywhere between 10 to 20,000 people in America suffer a spinal cord injury. This could be due to a car accident, or maybe they're born with the injury, like spina bifida, or they end up receiving the injury while they're serving our country overseas in combat and stuff. So part of why we're doing this is because we want to create a bigger dialogue on the insurance coverages. So the average insurance for somebody who has suffered a spinal cord injury only covers the first 3 months following the injury. And this includes hospital stays, physical therapy, and so on. So for those of you that understand somewhat of how the insurance process works, is a very, very basic concept is if you take 40 people who pay into insurance, the risk of only one of them getting injured is, or sick or whatever. And that's how most insurances are built. However, the amount of money that is spent on spinal cord injuries and therapy is really, really, really a small drop in the bucket. So if we can get that increase, that'd be fantastic. And I guess that a part of this video series is to address that. When we suffer, for example, a great loss, we entertain some of the darkest thoughts. And that's for everybody. A lot of those thoughts may be completely out of character with who we are. And if you've ever been through anything like that, where you just suffered a great loss, whether it's a loved one or whether it's you yourself suffered a physical injury or illness, it'll take you places that are not normally who you are. Even so, organizations like the Triumph Foundation, which there's a link down below, please click on it and take a look at all the resources out there. Organizations like the Triumph Foundation exist a lot of times because they were founded by people who suffered these injuries. And they're able to provide resources for counseling, resources. Let's say you need help to figure out, well, where do I get a chair? Is there a community of people that I can talk to, so that I can tell them what I'm struggling through, because maybe somebody else has already gone through it. Places like the Triumph Foundation offer all of this. Some of the people, sorry, I need to cut down on my ums. Some of the people that I've known who have suffered spinal cord injuries can be tremendous sources of inspiration. They live lives that amaze most of us. And I think that when we take a look at my friend Mir, you can see him here climbing these stairs. They're just incredible go-getters. Life doesn't stop to them just because this happens. In fact, they have a real wake-up call and they start to realize what's important for them, and they're just so incredibly driven. You can see him here. He's surfing and he's doing fantastic. Another example of this is my friend Tim Biederman. Tim suffered his injury when he was in Florida several years ago, and it was a car accident, but now he's just doing fantastic things that most of us, I think, would be envious of some of the things that he can do. For example, he is now in Paraguay, and he's assisting in running a girls' orphanage called El Puente, which means the bridge. And it's so fantastic because they do things to raise money for that place. Like, hey, we need to get a bunch of chickens so that we can raise money for the home, so that we can feed the girls and stuff. And that's based on the local economy. That's what works in that economy of Paraguay. Whereas you take Jessica Brito, she's my niece. She has a fantastic story. I'll give you an example. She went to Cal State Fullerton, as did I, which is famously quoted in the movie Crazy Rich Asians. You gotta see it. Jessica suffered her injury when she was still, I think, about 20, in college, single mom. Even so, after the injury, she was able to come back, graduate, and then went off to USC to earn her master's degree in social work. And she's just doing fantastic. She's one of the ambassadors for the Triumph Foundation. More than that, though, since then she's able to create her own service. She's a service provider through a company called Take Control Therapy. And there's also a link down below. So go check her out, take a look at it. and the resources that she offers are fantastic. And this isn't just for people who have been in a wheelchair. This is for people who are suffering through some sort of social trauma, that need assistance, that need caseworkers, that need therapy, that need something that's going to be able to help them get through what they've currently lived through or they're living through right now. So she's also the founder of the Read Amiga's book club. So if you're interested in reading books, you can take a look at what she posts, and that's also down in the link below. It's on Instagram. So what I'm going to be doing as a part of this is I'm going to be riding my bicycle from Huntington Beach, California, all the way to Miami, Florida. It's crazy, right? It's going to be on a bicycle. And so I'm going to be creating more content like this. I'm going to be covering how I'm training right now. I'm on a bike that weighs like 35 pounds. And I know that for people that are really into cycling, you're going to think that's nuts because it's very heavy. But I'm going to be covering the training, the things that I do, how to get ready for it. They're not going to be as long as this video. This is going to be a lot longer, obviously, because it's the introductory. But you're going to see what I eat, how I train, what I'm going to be packing for the trip. And I'm going to be posting on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. So, please subscribe, hit the like button, and share on all of those if you can. If you can subscribe and like, and you can like and share just to start these dialogues about, and yeah, I'm reading notes about this. As you can see, obviously I'm not a pro YouTuber because of the quality of this camera and maybe the mics, but that's okay. I have other materials, like I have this camera, it's an Evo, where I'm going to be doing interviews, and then I have another camera, where I'm going to be filming stuff, and then I'm going to be posting it. But I'm going to be stopping at some really fantastic cities like Phoenix, Tucson, San Antonio, Houston, Biloxi, New Orleans, until I get to Miami. And I'm going to be seeking to talk to people who are willing to talk to us about this current dilemma, situation, whatever it is that you want to call it, this need. Need is the right word. So I've learned a lot from the people who have suffered through these injuries, but also through my own struggles, that if you can have a vision of what it is that you want, if you can visualize it with discipline, determination, and dedication, it can be achieved. This is true for anybody that is trying to lose weight, anybody who is trying to start a business, anybody who's trying to find some measure of success in their life. I'm not a motivational speaker or anything like that. I'm just a supply chain manager, operations manager. So, but through that, there might be people watching this that say, oh, I wish I could do something like that, or oh, only other people get to do stuff like that. That's not the point. The point is that, look, we all have responsibilities. Everybody has something that they need to fulfill that maybe they don't have the time. Or as Arnold Schwarzenegger says, you make the time. We have reasons why there are certain things that we can't do, but each of us have a set of goals and ambitions that we can do for ourselves. And I'm telling you that it can be done. The choice is, am I willing to put in the work? And this could be maybe somebody that's suffering with diabetes, and their doctor's telling them, you have to do this, this, and that. It's as simple as doing the work. Or that's part of the point of this. Also, I'm not a professional cyclist, so don't look to me to find certain answers on like, how is it that I can do 20 miles in X amount of time uphill both ways? You can find a lot of that on YouTube, and there's a lot of really great content. Part of what I'm doing is I take a look at other people who have toured across America, and I get tips from them. I also look at other videos from other trainers that tell you basically how to train. So I just want to see if I can get people to follow the journey, but also begin the dialogue, create the dialogue, and start talking more about this. This is not a vacation. I don't want people to think like, oh, he's going to go out there and he's just going to have fun. And it's like, no, it doesn't work that way. It's like I'm going to be sitting on a bicycle pedaling for hours at a time. Hours, 6, 8, 9, 10 hours. It's not easy. It's not comfortable. And it's probably going to be the hardest physical exertion I've ever had in my life. It's probably, I'm going to be out there camping out in the dirt and I had this friend of mine is like, hey, can I pray for you? I'm like, yeah, sure. God, thank you. And he's like, God, protect him from Gila monsters, protect him from rattlesnakes. And I'm like, dude, I haven't even left. You're already like, you've got plagues going on over here, right? But it's not going to be, definitely, it's not going to be comfortable. So I've created a GoFundMe. The link for that is also below. The purpose of it is, look, I'm paying out of pocket from almost everything. But if you want to help me, I really would appreciate it. I'll give you an example. $12 is how much it costs for me to take a shower at a truck stop. That's right. If you want to buy me a meal for $10, I'd more than appreciate that. And of course, I'd give everybody a shout out. And if you want to be extra nice and say, Rafa, I think maybe you could use a night in a hotel. Sure, $70 to $90. So I've set the goal on there on the GoFundMe. You'll see the goal, but that's just a number that's, because you have to have like a minimum number on there. And anything that is left over, of course, I'm going to donate it to the Triumph Foundation. I believe in transparency and accountability. So anybody that wants to know where the money's going, I will send them the link and I'll post all my receipts and everything like that. It'll be on a G Drive so you can open it up and take a look at it. Please leave me a comment if you'd like. That'd be great. Also, you can email me if you have any questions or any comments. I'd really appreciate it. I'd like to get some feedback. That would be fantastic. If you have anything else, let me know. And like I said, I'll get back to you guys immediately. So thank you very much, everybody, for taking the time to listen to this. Again, I said, subscribe and like and send it to your friends, family. Let's get this conversation started. And yeah, let's go. We're excited. Let's do this. Thank you.